baby. It's official, I made it to Switzerland. Here's Martin. He's gonna take me to grab some breakfast. And one of my great friends, Nina, is gonna be leading us around. And we are gonna explore Grindelwald. Again, my first time ever in Switzerland, my first time in Grindelwald. And there's a lot to see, so it's gonna be an exciting trip. When you think of Switzerland, you're probably thinking skiing, or maybe beautiful scenery. How about some chocolate? All those things might come to the top of mind, and rightfully so. But this trip to Grindelwald is filled with so much more. We are gonna have an epic adventure! So Nina and Martin told me that they have a surprise for me. I think we're going to the top, and it's a really beautiful day here, so I can't wait to see what it's like up there. I'm like overwhelmed with excitement.
We go from here, all the way up, Kleine Scheidegg, and then to the Eigergletscher, and then through the mountain to the top of Europe.
Once on the train, I had no idea there would be several more side quests. So we're actually transferring trains. And we still have I think 45 minutes of a train ride to go. This train looks like it's gonna be packed though. I'm not excited about that part, but that's all right. So we made it to the Eiger Glacier. Yes. And it is, let me show you. Right there. I am simply blown away by the beauty of the Swiss Alps. I mean, this is insane. Look at that. And it's sunny and it's clear and it's so beautiful. And whatever these little guys are. A little... So our train actually made a stop. Apparently this is the highest train or the highest elevation train in Europe, and here's what you can see. Then we made it to our final destination, but there were lots of extra things to explore before we made it outside to the top of Europe, or as they say, Jungfraujoch, which took me a couple of tries to finally get right. Jungfraujoch, Jungfraujoch. Don't say it fast 3 times. I don't think I can. Jungfraujoch, Jungfraujoch, Jungfraujoch. So this is all built in to the mountain. All of it. There was the Alpine experience, the immersive theater experience, or how about some chocolate? So the research station here is the highest in Europe. And here there's a little informational wall kind of telling you more about the research that they do. And the research that they do here tracks carbon emissions and climate change. You'll even learn about the people who built the highest train station in all of Europe.
In years to build the train station.
16
from 1896 to 1912.
16 years to build the train station that we took here, which we think is the highest in the world, right?
Yeah, it's top of Europe.
Top of Europe. So the history of Jungfraujoch dates back to the late 19th century when a Swiss entrepreneur, Adolf Geyer Zeller, envisioned a railway line that would connect the towns of Grindelwald to Lauterbrunnen. This is in the Bernese Alps. The railway line was then built in 3 different sections and completed in 1912. But my favorite experience was in the Ice Palace. And there's an entire tour that goes along with learning about the research station, about the people who stayed up here, the 200 people who stayed up here and worked to be able to build something like this. It's pretty incredible. Okay, so they weren't kidding when they called it an ice palace. There are sculptures everywhere. I'm shocked. The Ice Palace is made up of tunnels and sculptures related to glaciers and climate change, and all of it is carved out of the Aletsch Glacier. It looks pretty windy out there. Ooh. This is the top of Europe, baby.
And that's what I love it. I love it so much.
Is it minus 12? And eventually you make it outside to the plateau, which was negative 12 degrees Celsius. But despite the winds blowing as hard as they were, the sun was still shining, and it was an epic peak just over 11,000 feet or 3,500 meters, all a part of the outdoors you can explore here. This area is also famous for hosting a slew of events, from basketball tournaments, tennis matches, races, and even an outdoor concert. But fun is not done. There's another place, the igloo, the Sphinx Terrace. On the other side of Jungfraujoch, we have the Sphinx Observatory, where you can get another great look at the Eilesche Glacier, which, by the way, is the largest glacier in the Alps. It is significantly less windy on this side, which is nice.
Não tem jeito de fazer aqui a cara séria.
Look at this.
Não, pra lá porque o sol tá batendo pra lá, hein?
So we hopped on the gondola as an alternative way to get down because we took the train up. But there's still so much more to explore here in Grindelwald. So now we've made it to Grindelwald First. And there's like this cool thing that shoots you across that I really want to see if I can do. So I'm gonna see if I can do that. Grindelwald First is not only known for its activities like skiing and snowboarding, but it's also known as the top of adventure, where you can zip line and even glide. And here we are. Even though the clouds are moving in, we made it to Grindelwald First. And it's so beautiful. The clouds are really moving in though. But since the sun was starting to go down, I decided to explore the side of the mountain with the first cliff walk. At about 2,500 meters or 6,500 feet, with a viewing platform putting you just over the edge right at about 150 feet. And it's pretty epic, especially as the clouds start to move in. I took a trip back down the mountain for a little après ski, even though I had not been skiing, with my friends Martin and Nina, who just skied down. And let me tell you, the roasty fries were insanely good. But it was all to set up another adventure at Grindelwald First the very next day. It's a new day, but another adventure awaits because there were some things I didn't get to do at Grindelwald First, so I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna do them. So the two epic activities I didn't get a chance to include on the first day were the first flyer and the first glider. One is like a zip line through the Swiss Alps, and the other is like being attached to a paraglider with great big eagle wings. Okay, my hair's probably a mess because I just flew down the mountain, but oh, it's so hard to see too with the ice. Now, I'm going to do the glider. And I'm running because otherwise I'm gonna slip and fall. Oh, I got hair in my face. I'm just a mess. All right, now I'm gonna try out this epic glider behind me, where you get to glide up to the top of First and then back down. What better place to enjoy a Swiss hot chocolate than amongst the Swiss Alps? Oh my gosh. The flag is flying high. Perfect moment. But all good things must unfortunately come to an end, and so does my journey through Grindelwald, Switzerland. The sun is setting here in Grindelwald and my adventure in Switzerland. Thank you so much for taking the time to travel with Tabitha. See what I did? I worked the title into a little on-camera speak. This has been an epic adventure, and I can't wait to take you guys on the next one.